Brian Wilson, the genius who changed music forever. What if I told you the man who gave us the happiest, sunniest songs of the 1960s was also living in the shadow of mental illness, isolation, and personal torment? This is the story of Brian Wilson, the genius behind the Beach Boys, a man whose musical mind created masterpieces, even as it broke him from within. A California prodigy, Brian Douglas Wilson was born on June 20, 1942, in Inglewood, California. From the beginning, he was different. As a child, he could recognize musical notes by ear. As a teenager, he studied harmonies and layered vocals, becoming obsessed with sound. In 1961, he formed the Beach Boys with his brothers Dennis and Carl, cousin Mike Love, and friend Al Jardine. Their music captured the spirit of the California coast, surfboards, convertibles, and endless summer vibes. But Brian had a deeper vision. The rise of a musical architect. While the world danced to hits like Surfin' USA, Fun, 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 and California Girls, Brian was creating something revolutionary. In 1966, he produced Pet Sounds, a groundbreaking album filled with emotional depth and orchestral complexity. Tracks like God Only Knows and Wouldn't It Be Nice weren't just pop songs, they were art. Even the Beatles credited Pet Sounds as the inspiration behind their iconic Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Brian Wilson had become one of the most influential composers in music history. The battle within. But behind the scenes, Brian's life was spiraling. He began experiencing auditory hallucinations and paranoia. Diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder and bipolar disorder, he withdrew from public life. He stopped performing, spent months, even years, isolated, and fell under the control of a manipulative therapist who overmedicated and isolated him further. The music stopped. The world almost forgot him. Resilience and redemption. Then came Melinda Ledbetter, who later became his second wife. With her help, Brian found the courage to fight back. He returned to the studio. In 2004, he completed the legendary album A Smile, a project abandoned for decades. It was hailed as a triumph. A long-lost masterpiece finally brought to life. Brian also resumed touring, releasing solo work and inspiring a new generation of musicians. His honesty about mental health made him not just a musical icon, but a symbol of resilience. The final note. In 2024, Brian lost his beloved wife, Melinda. By 2025, he was under conservatorship due to dementia. And on June 11, 2025, Brian Wilson passed away at the age of 82. But his story doesn't end there, because every time we hear Good Vibrations or Don't Worry Baby, we're reminded of a man who turned his pain into beauty. A legacy of sound and soul. Brian Wilson wasn't just the genius behind the Beach Boys. He was proof that fragile minds can create eternal music, that beauty can emerge from darkness, that brokenness can still inspire harmony. Rest in peace, Brian Wilson. Thank you for the songs, the soul, and the sound. Which Brian Wilson song touches your heart the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more legendary stories like this one.